Okay, Virgo in the house. How you doing? How you doing, my Virgo in the house? How you doing? I hope you're doing fine. Hope you're living the life you want. I don't know what I'm singing to you, Virgo, allegedly. Entertainment purposes only. Now we're going to talk about it, Virgo. Now what's going down in Virgo's weekly weed, okay? And this is allegedly entertainment purposes only. And if any black magic throw it upon me or my viewers, it goes back 100 times harder than they sent it. I asked Archangel Michael and Archangel Metron to come in and protect me as I do this reading. I asked my spirit guide to guide me, and thank you. And I asked angels to give me as spirit to give me accurate information. Let's do this. Let's do this, man. Okay. Now, this is uncertainty. Somebody 39 says, choose who you will become. But someone feels like there's a lot of uncertainties going on. They don't know where they're going to end up or what they're going to become. Never jam everything into today. Somebody 35. Someone needs to learn that. Empty words, not lying in the now. They were making out empty words and not living in the now. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing it. They're just putting out empty words but wasn't living in today. Okay? They wasn't living in their moment. It says, follow the white rabbit. It says, courtesy meet opportunities. Something about 3 or 3 days. 3 could be in a birthday. It says you're going to meet opportunities that's going to come your way. But don't think you can jam everything into one day. It's time for you to wake up. Somebody could be 25. It's your moment. It's time to wake up to what you want. It's your time. And someone that could be 41. Forget who you are. Memories no longer define you. Your past memories don't define you. Who you used to be. It says somebody could be 33. I want to be the queen. Somebody is declaring freedom and passing their test. And they want to be the queen. Someone says. They want to step up to the plate. And now they want to pass their test and go beyond duty to do what they're here to do. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need that push or tug to go do what you're supposed to do on this planet, allegedly. That's what I'm hearing. You got pushed into it, allegedly. Now, what's going on, Virgo? What else going on with my Virgo this week, allegedly, y'all? Okay. Okay. We have a birthday. Someone could be a Scorpio or a Libra. Somebody may be dealing with a Scorpio or a Libra. It says something about something's not working properly. Somebody's woo-woo doesn't work like it's supposed to. Someone named Lynn in the past, they were a cheater, and they were something about cheating with somebody named Matthew. I don't know. That's what they said. Somebody in Oregon, allegedly. Somebody named Matthew, somebody named Oregon, or from Oregon, could be their name or two, but from Oregon, allegedly. What else is going on here, allegedly? See, they left behind somebody. Somebody was left behind. Okay, someone is asking about you. They're not asking about you no more. Somebody with an MP in their name. It's time to make a grand stand. Someone needs to come in and make a grand stand. And come out. Wherever you're hiding. It says secret society was all in this shit. So secret society, justice and judgment was all in on this deceitful plan with a Pisces. Okay? So somebody wanted you to shut up. They're like, shut up. You talk too much. You need to shut up. Someone named Linda is saying that you need to shut up. Shut up. Somebody here wanted you to shut up. Somebody could be something about back in September coming. Something about a son in the past, allegedly. Someone had some loans problems and lost their income due to it, but in the past. you know, or something like that, because they had some loans. It says kids were putting magic on their parents and family and friends, so you need to watch out. The children were doing the magic, okay, allegedly too. Because so then you're moving physical locations from this. Somebody's going to be moving from this because the children was doing magic too. You know, the children. They said the children was a magic people. They was a doing things. Okay, somebody said they was doing magic like mud. Somebody in the blue car here, somebody says have fun, just period. It says no more conflict and no more drama in my life. Somebody says I'm not dealing with that, no more of that. I can't do that. It says I'm not in love with you anymore. Somebody was saying that, okay? Someone says it's time to preserve and you will overcome the problems that you have, okay? Something about somebody was doing things in a school, they might have been one of those people, you know, back in school, and they did some M's was happening in the school or something surrounded. This person was an active, that's what they do, M's, if you know what I mean, in the past. Somebody with a BK in their name, allegedly. Something about 1836, back in 1836, something about somebody could be their birthday. It says why your mother, you know, was taken out allegedly, and karma coming for this person that was cheating and doing all these things and fighting over this parent. Your son or daughter, your parents, your mother, your father, they all was in on this back in the past. Somebody was a set up people. You know, they needed to ground themselves because they felt like they could do that. This white man or lady. So karma coming to them, period. It said something about a mom and dad was not their real, you know, in the past. Somebody was saying that they wasn't their real parents, so really. It says, was going to clone you when I get married to you in the past. And this was a secret gay lady, okay? She said she was going to clone someone, allegedly. But lack of trust in this relationship, there was a lot of no trust. Said someone named Lewis from the past, allegedly. Something about courtroom, either gonna get jail time, yes or no. Something about unlock your dreams, they don't know, you're not gonna be able to. You probably was seeing 333. Someone named Alfred from the past, something about jail time. Something about, and this allegedly, it says the greatest thing in my family is to take a hint when a hint is intended and not a hint when a hint is not intended. In the past, they didn't take a hint. Okay, they wasn't listening. It says rejects are calling for help. Hell no. See, the rejects need help now. Somebody named Oprah, they said, you know, they need to, you know, they told, watch out, someone was coming to hurt you, but it ain't going to happen. It's in the reverse. It's not even going that way. Someone named Jonathan, okay, it says, was effing the police, but it ain't. In the past, somebody was trying to get you locked up. They were sleeping around with the police, the judge, and the people. A star seed in the past, you know, they didn't want you to be theirs. Someone named Mark in the past, allegedly, it says, you are loved and never forget that. No, they felt like you wasn't loved. And they didn't want to stop. They said, you're not loved, so they didn't want to stop because they felt like you wasn't loved. Success is, you know, security cameras. They was watching, tagged your security cameras in the past, allegedly. Somebody said you're highly respected spiritually. They didn't know that you was highly respected. This person they were attacking, you know, was you know, water sign was doing voodoo, and it backfired. All that magic's backfired. Yeah, see, magic spells are backfired. They were doing voodoo like crazy. Like, share, subscribe.